Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. Great save. My name is Erica Sims. I use she and her pronouns, and I'm honored to serve on your board of directors. Thank you for bringing yourself to join us for this service. I'm a middle 40s, light-skinned Caucasian woman. I have medium-length brown and gray hair. I'm wearing a yellow shirt with white polka dots today. We here at First UU are one people of many faith beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. There is in this place the possibility of healing, of repair, of making things right within ourselves, between us, and with the wider world. Whether you are new to our church, a long-term member, or a member of another UU congregation passing through, we welcome you. What you bring, who you are, enriches us all, and we hope you find something here that touches your mind and your heart, and we thank you for coming. Please silence your cell phones, and we encourage you to tune in to these Sunday morning services 5 to 10 minutes early in order to catch the rolling announcements, which is a good way to stay informed. And I have a special announcement for today. Immediately after service downstairs, please join us for the first of 4 Middle East peace conversations. Dr. Fada Toda, VCU Associate Professor at the School of World Studies, will present How Did We Get Here? The Making of Israel and Palestine. This is a series sponsored by the board to build awareness and foster dialogue between us. After we received feedback that this was a conversation that many people desired to have, felt a lot of pain around, and wanted to see this church be a part of helping break down those barriers. If you've missed previous sessions, you're still very welcome to join today, and please consider joining for the remainder of the 4 sessions happening in June and August. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. Good morning. I am the Reverend Sherman Z. Logan, Jr., and have the privilege to serve in this congregation as senior minister. Here at First UU, we use visual description as an accommodation for people with low vision. So I am a tall, brown-skinned black man, bald head, white beard, and wearing glasses. This morning, I'm wearing a blue pinstripe suit, a yellow and blue polka dot bow tie, a white shirt, a yellow stole with the word Side of Love printed on it. And I use he, his, him pronouns. This morning, we're joined by worship associate Glenn Edwards, our worship and music director, Jamie Kilpatrick, and our wonderful First UU singers who are providing the ministry of music. Our song leader is Judith Alexander. Helping with AV would be Jeremy Weiland and Faye Healy. If you have anything you need or want to talk about, Ted Merriman from our lay pastoral care team will be available after worship in the small conference room across from the receptionist desk. Now, it is our custom each Sunday to welcome newcomers by passing the mic, giving you a chance to introduce yourself and share where you're from. So if there are any visitors this morning, and as you're comfortable, please raise your hand, and Jamie will bring the mic to you.
It's good to meet you. It's all right. We were working on it. There it is. See? There you go.
I'm from Raleigh, and I just moved to Hopewell on Friday.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Robin Banker. I am Charlie's mother, and Charlie was very involved in the UU Fellowship of Raleigh and worked there for several years with the children and whatnot. And so we are so glad that this is close to their new home for their internship.
Welcome.
And nice shirt, by the way. Good morning.
Hi, my name is Silka, and this is my husband, Glenn. We're visiting from First UU Nashville, and we're really happy to be here.
Welcome.
All right, that's anybody else? Anybody want to say hi? Hi. Oh, we
Right in
got
front
one.
of
We
that,
got
Jamie.
one. La la la. Good morning. Oh yeah, you're fine.
Hi, my name is Taylor. This is my partner, Rudy. We recently moved back here. We were part of Cedar Lane in Maryland, the UU congregation, which we love so dearly, but we're happy to start to be a part of this community now.
Welcome.
All right.
All right. I think you got them all, Jamie. Thank you. Excuse me, to all of you here this morning, thank you for being here, and we're so glad that you decided to worship us this morning. So now it's time to greet your neighbors, and if you're joining online, please enter your name in the chat, and those here in the Great Hall, you know what to do. Please rise in body and spirit and greet your neighbors. Our opening words this morning from Alexis Engelbrecht. Welcome to this community of seekers, of questioners, of those who open to revelation that comes from experiences with one another and the Spirit of life. May we remember that while we have some answers, we don't have all the answers. While we know some things, we don't know everything. And while we have lived, others have experiences very different from ours. So welcome to the community full of questions and possibilities.
Good morning. My name is Lynn. My pronouns are she, her. I have surprisingly short white hair this morning, much to my dismay. And I have brown eyes, brown eyebrows. I'm wearing black primarily, except for this bright red shawl. Our chalice lighting this morning is Asking How Things Work by Reverend Michelle Collins. We light this small fire under a vast and intricate universe. Somewhere a star collapses, a seed splits open, a new element is glimpsed. Here we notice our own small corner of that mystery. Let this flame remind us that asking how things work is also a kind of awe. Please join us now and rise for the opening hymn, or if you're comfortable, and those on Zoom, join us, please. It's hymn number 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are.
So you all know this one. We're going to do it twice in unison, and then we're going to do it twice as around. And Sabrina's going to be the pointer. So she'll like point. We'll do like a half. Y'all see the line right here. That half, that half. So twice in unison, twice as around.
There are two congregational teams who offer caring in times of need, the Lay Pastoral Care Associate and Team Kindness. Today, as we commission some new Lay Pastoral Care Associates, let's first learn more about these important ministries.
We have asked the leadership of Lay Pastoral Care Associates and Team Kindness to tell us about this important work. The leadership for Lay Pastoral Care Associates is Terry Wolf and Diane Sneed. The leadership team for Team Kindness is Kat Spring and Karen King. And Terry Wolf will be speaking today for Lay Pastoral Care Associates and Karen King for Team Kindness.
So just a little while ago, it was mentioned that after the service, there will be a Lay Pastoral Care Associate available, and that's Ted Merriman. We do that every service, hopefully. Every once in a while we forget. But we are here, we're always here, and we're at that conference room back there. So what does that mean? Who are these people? What do? We listen. That is what we do. We are an extension of the ministers. We are recruited and trained to be serving them, serving the congregation and representing them, because they cannot be available to help all of the people with all the activities, so we are an extension of them. And we listen to whatever kinds of things you need to hear about. It might be a family or a marital issue, financial, it could be a health issue, it could just be loneliness or maybe a spiritual crisis. We're not here to be therapists, counselors, ministers. We're just here to listen. And that's all we simply do. Give you a space to know that there's somebody here in this beloved community that is listening for all of us to help you in your path.
Hi, I'm Karen King. I use she, her pronouns, a middle-aged white woman with glasses and reddish hair. So Team Kindness offers a tender heart in a moment of sorrow or by coordinating a meal in a time of need, a ride in a moment of need, and a happy chair in a moment of joy. We are a small group of volunteers, probably around 10 volunteers dedicated to supporting our members in the moments of life that present us with a need for help and encouragement. Our monthly coordinators receive congregant calls for assistance either through our pastoral team or lay pastoral care, arrange for volunteer church members to help with their needs, make phone calls to check in on those that need it. We also send birthday cards to our members who have achieved a certain age, as well as sympathy, get well, and congratulatory cards as needed. If this type of service moves you and you love to cook or you're available to give rides, we always have a growing list of volunteers. There are go-tos when we receive a need to be able to reach out to. So you can either reach out to one of us. There's always information in the newsletter for Team Kindness, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
I'd like to bring up our new Lake Pastoral Care Associates, Kenneth, Dale, and Molly. Come on up. And while they're coming up, I want to tell you, these teams are amazing. They are such an important part of the ministry of this church, and I want to clarify that lay pastoral care is not just after the service, it's whenever the person and their congregant decide to meet during the week or during the month. So it's both teams are ongoing support of our caring needs in this community. We're going to be doing our commissioning ceremony, and you all have a part to read, and we'd like to ask, here we go, the part that you're going to be reading is displayed on the screen. So let's read this together. The community we build is built on care. We are each responsible to demonstrate our care for one another in practical ways. It is our wish that you, as lay pastoral care associates, demonstrate the care of this congregation by being present to needs that are among us.
We would like to present to each of the lay pastoral care associates a small gift and a chalice pen. Chalice pens look like this to identify us. We commission you as lay pastoral care associates to offer care to our members on behalf of the congregation.
I accept this commission to be a caring presence in the name. Let's just don't say. Okay. I accept this commission to be a caring presence in the name of this congregation.
We welcome you. We recognize your gifts and the strength you bring to our efforts. We are grateful that you have joined us in this important work.
We have one more piece that's on that. I'm not sure if Jeremy, you got it. If you didn't get it, that's okay. We'll just say it. As a part of a beloved community,
may we all be a presence of care to those who need it.
And may I offer a blessing. May the spirit of compassion and understanding guide your every step. As you offer support and comfort, may you be filled with the grace and strength that comes from our shared values of love and justice. May your heart remain open to the stories and struggles of those you care for, and may you find wisdom to provide the gentle presence and listening ear that they need. Let your words be healing and your touch be a balm to a weary soul. May you feel the deep connection to our Unitarian Universalist shared values, centered in love, drawing upon the inherent worth and dignity of every person as your foundation. May your action reflect the interconnected web of all existence, nurturing both yourself and those you serve. In moments of challenge, may you find solace in the knowledge that you are never alone, but held within the embrace of this beloved community. Let the light for truth, love, and justice illuminate your path, and may you carry this life into your hearts of those you touch. May this be so. Amen.
Good morning. My name is Jeremy Weiland. I'm a middle-aged white guy with a ball cap and a green shirt. And I'm the AV Tech Director here at First UU, just started. Thanks. I also help run the Richmond Meditation Circle, which meets every Monday here. And thank you to my wife. Prepared some remarks for me to say, because she's out camping. Thank you to First Unitarian Universalist Church of Richmond for selecting Alice Fitz Community Garden as this month's Share the Plate recipient. My wife, Tasha McKelvey, is one of the garden stewards at Alice Fitz Community Garden. And through her involvement, I've seen firsthand the impact this space has on both the gardeners and the surrounding neighborhood. Located in Manchester, an area with limited access to fresh produce, the garden serves as both an affordable place to grow and harvest food, as well as a shared community resource. Alice Fitz Community Garden has about 20 individual plots available on an annual basis for a small fee that covers city-required administrative costs, but a no-cost option is available so that the finances are never a barrier to participation. In addition, the volunteer-maintained Everybody's Veggies bed and our fruit trees and berry bushes provide free produce for anyone in our wider community. The garden also includes a seed library, a little free library, a mutual aid box stocked with non-perishable food and hygiene items, and pollinator beds filled with native and medicinal plants. Funds from Share the Plate will help us improve and expand our rainwater catchment system, add more native plantings to support local wildlife, provide additional seedlings for our community beds, and help grow our outreach and educational programming. At next Sunday's service, Tasha will be collecting personal hygiene items and non-perishable food items to stock the mutual aid box at the community garden. Please bring an item to contribute if you are able. Thank you for helping us keep this community-centered space thriving and accessible to all.
Thank you, Jeremy. Please look through the monitors for ways to give. The ushers are passing the basket. The offering will be taken and most graciously received. A meditation adapted words from Julep Lep. Let us settle into this moment, breathing gently, arriving fully. Settle into your breath. Let the body soften. let the heart open. As we move through the world, we each seek our place, a sense of belonging, a response to the quiet questions of the heart. In this stillness, may we remain open to the unexpected wisdom, to the truth that rise softly from within or through one another. May we remember that all beings are whole, sacred, and worthy. Let the heart release judgment and loosen the grip on certainty. May we welcome many truths, each offering a window into the richness of our shared humanity. What might we learn when we honor our differences and listen with curiosity rather than fear? May compassion rise within us, a steady, luminous presence, helping us to recognize the sacred in every face, every story, every life. In these challenging times, may we bridge divides, stay in relationship, practice accountability, and root ourselves in the beloved community. May we be held, supported, and seen. May this be so. Amen. Ashe.
Our reading this morning is also by Michelle Collins. It's called Theological Diversity as a Feature, Not a Bug. One of the most quietly radical things about Unitarian Universalism is that it asks theists and humanists, pagans and agnostics, Christians and Buddhists to share not just a building of a covenanted community and then insists that it's not a problem to be managed, but a gift to be received. This only makes sense if curiosity about one another's spiritual experience and theological framework is treated as a genuine spiritual practice rather than a polite tolerance. The updated UU values language now explicitly names love, curiosity, and respect as the stance the community covenants to bring to its own diversity. It's a remarkable thing for a religious body to say, we are formally promising to be interested in each other. What this framing suggests is that your theological neighbor is not an inconvenience, but a teacher, someone whose difference is capable of awakening something in you that sameness never could. This is awakening curiosity lived out in real time. Every Sunday, the community is invited to lean toward rather than away from the perspectives that don't match its own, trusting that revelation of the sort that actually changes us tends to come from where we are not yet looking.
So let me start with a question. What kind of church brings together Christians and atheists, Buddhists and humanists, pagan and agnostics, lifelong UUs, and people who still are not exactly sure of what they believe, and then call that a blessing? What kind of church looks around a sanctuary filled with different stories, different politics, different theology, different spiritual languages, and says that is not a problem to solve, that is a gift to receive? Because most of the world doesn't work that way. Most of the world teaches us to gather around sameness. Political parties gather around sameness. Algorithm feed us sameness. Cable news profits from sameness. And even religious community organize themselves around sameness. Believe this, think this, interpret scripture this way, vote this way, stay inside the line. If you do not, you might not belong. But Unitarian Universalist has always been a little different because this faith tradition has the audacity to believe that truth is too loud, too large, too deep, too holy to be captured by any one perspective alone. So instead of demanding uniformity, we practice pluralism, not as a slogan, not as a marketing strategy, but as a sacred practice. And our shared values remind us that pluralism is sacred work, calling us to embrace differences and commonality with love, curiosity, and respect. Do you hear how radical that is? Not tolerant, not polite, coexistent, but love, curiosity, and respect. We are formally promised to be interested in one another, and beloveds, that might be one of the most countercultural things a church can say right now, because we're living in a time when people are being trained to fear differences. The world keep pushing us into smaller tribes, and yet every Sunday morning, community like this one dare people to gather who do not see the world the same way and ask them to stay at the table together. That is holy work. Because differences sound beautiful until somebody says something you disagree with. Differences sound inspiring until somebody's theology rubs against your own experiences. Differences sound poetic until you realize the person sitting beside you interprets God, justice, prayer, politics, or morality very differently than you. And that's when pluralism stopped becoming a theory and a practice. That's when curiosity becomes a spiritual discipline. And maybe that is why moments like this matter so deeply. Because today, as we recognize new members, we are reminded that this church grows not through sameness, but through the sacred practices of welcoming differences with love. Today, we celebrate people who decided to cast their lot with this beautiful, imperfect, evolving community. And let me say this clearly. People are not joining this church because we all think alike. They are joining because something sacred happens here, something healing, something deeply human. Because when people encounter a community where they do not have to shrink themselves to belong, where questions are welcome, where differences are not feared, where love matters more than uniformity, something in the spirit says, this feels like home. Now, you know, after serving this congregation for over 18 years, some people still ask, how does a Baptist minister become a Unitarian Universalist minister? And after 18 years, you thought I would answer that question by now. But you see, because my roots run deeply in the black church tradition, I was shaped by the rhythms of Baptist preaching, shaped by the call and response, shaped by testimony and choir music, shaped by communities that taught me resilience, dignity, survival, and faith in the face of oppression. The black church gave me language for justice, and it made a sense of sacred worth. And I carry those gifts with me still. But over time, my spirit kept growing. My questions kept growing too. I encountered people whose differences of the sacred looked different from mine. People whose theology did not fit neatly in the category I inherited. And instead of those encounters pulling me away from spirituality, they expanded it. So I began meeting people who believed differently than I, but who still embody compassion, wisdom, courage, and integrity. And slowly I realized God or truth or love or the holy might be bigger than the boxes that I inherited. And let me make this clear. Becoming a UU did not mean rejecting where I came from or who I am. It meant widening the circle. It meant discovering that this faith had room for my expanding spiritual imagination. And because I didn't have to cut myself in half to belong here, I didn't have to abandon my commitment to justice, I didn't have to pretend certainty where I still had questions. Instead, I found a faith home spacious enough to hold complexity, a faith home where people could search honestly together. And beloveds, I know I'm not the only one. In this room, there are people who came from Catholicism, others from evangelical churches, others from Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, and there are some who came with no religious tradition at all. Some arrived with exhausted, rigid theology. Some came spiritually hungry. Some came skeptical. And some came carrying wounds they could barely put into words. And yet somehow, this community made room for us all. You see, that's the beauty of pluralism, not to erase our stories, but to bring that we bring into conversation with one another, that we recognize that differences can deepen instead of dividing us. Now, that doesn't mean anything goes. It doesn't mean truth doesn't matter, but it does mean we recognize something important. None of us see the whole picture alone, and that takes humility to admit. And humility is not something our culture rewards very often. Our culture rewards confidence, certainty, and everyone is supposed to already know, already be right, already have the answers. But spiritual maturity teaches something different. Spiritual maturity teaches us how to remain open to learn, open enough to listen, open enough to be challenged what we encounter. So a Christian may learn mindfulness from a Buddhist. A humanist may learn reverence from a pagan. An atheist may teach a theist ethical clarity. And an activist may learn stillness from a contemplative practice. Your neighbor's perspective may awaken something your own experience alone couldn't. And let's be honest, this kind of openness takes courage because it's easier to stay around people who already agree with us. It's easier to live inside echo chambers, places where our assumptions are constantly reinforced, places where our differences begin to feel threatening instead of enriching. But UUism invites us into another way, not because differences is always comfortable, but because differences can deepen us. So I think about the first UU singers. Now, the singers would sound awful flat if every person sang the exact same part. Am I right about that, Jamie? You see, the beauty comes from distinct voices working together. The sopranos do not become altos, the altos do not become tenors, the tenors do not become basses. Each section keeps its own sound, its own textures, its own harmony, but together they create something larger, richer, and more beautiful than any one voice can create alone. And that is pluralism at its best. Not erasing differences, not flattening identity, not demanding sameness, but learning how to create harmony without uniformity. Because we are living in deeply divided times, people are suspicious of one another, conversations become battles, disagreement become dehumanization. Everyone seems sorted into camps where compassion gets smaller and certainty gets louder. And somewhere along the way, people forgot how to stay curious about each other, forgot to ask, what shaped your experience? What brought you to that understanding? What pain are you carrying? What wisdom do you hold that I do not yet see? And curiosity is disappearing from public life, and without curiosity, fear takes over. That's why I believe that pluralism is more than a UU value. It's a spiritual necessity, because once we stop being curious about one another, we stop seeing one another fully, we reduce people to categories, labels, voting blocks, theological position. But human beings are always more sacred than our categories, and one of the quiet miracles of communities like this is that every week we practice sitting beside people who may not fully understand and choose relationship anyway. This does not happen naturally in this culture. It takes intention, it takes spiritual practice, and sometimes it takes grace. Because, beloveds, pluralism is not always neat. Sometimes we frustrate each other. Sometimes we misunderstand each other. And yet we keep coming back. We keep trying, keep listening, keep learning. Because if people cannot learn to live across differences in community like this, where would they learn it? If churches cannot model curiosity and compassion, who will? So let me address our new members. You're not joining a perfect church. Let me repeat that. You're not joining a perfect church. And if you stay long enough, somebody will disappoint you. A committee meeting will frustrate you, and a sermon may miss the mark. Hopefully this one didn't. Someone will accidentally say the wrong thing. But because this community is made of human beings, and human beings are beautiful and perfect creatures, but I hope what you find here also is sincerity. People trying to love beyond categories, people trying to create a spiritual home spacious enough for both conviction and curiosity. And I hope you will discover this too, that you're not simply here to receive from this community, you are part of what this community is becoming. So your story matters, your perspective matters here, your questions matter here, and your wisdom matter here. And that is the beauty of pluralism. We change one another, not through coercion, not through conformity, but through encounters, through conversation, through relationships. And sometimes the wisdom that transforms us arrives wearing unfamiliar language. Sometimes the person we almost dismiss because the person who teaches us something essential. That is why curiosity matters so much. Curiosity keeps our spirits flexible, reminding us that we do not know everything and leave room for growth. So dead faith clings to certainty at all costs. Living faith remains teachable. Living faith keep listening. And living faith understand that the truth is not weakened by honest scrutiny. And perhaps that is one of the greatest gifts that Unitarian Universalists can offer this world. A reminder that community does not require uniformity, that people can hold different beliefs and still build meaningful relationship, that love can be larger than agreement, that belonging can survive complexity, that curiosity can coexist with conviction, and that differences itself may become one of the ways the holy speak. Now I know some people hear all of this, talk about pluralism, and think, well then, does anything matter? Yes, love matters, justice matters, human dignity matters, truth matters, how we treat one another matters. Pluralism is not an absence of value, it's a recognition that no single person or tradition possesses the fullness of wisdom alone. And that realization should not make us fearful, it should make us humble. Because I think humility may be one of the holiest things that we can practice. The humility to say, I have something to learn. The humility to say, your experiences may reveal something mine cannot. The humility to say, we don't have to be identical in order to belong to one another. So today, as we welcome our new members into this congregation, we celebrate more than church growth. We celebrate shared searching. We celebrate courageous curiosity. And we celebrate people willing to build community across differences. Because the world says, surround yourself only with people who already agree with you. But this faith says, stay open enough to be surprised. The world said differences is dangerous, but this faith said differences may deepen your soul. The world said protect your certainty, but this faith said keep growing. And maybe it is the quiet miracle of this community, not that we all believe the same thing, but somehow, across our differences, we continue to choose one another, choosing curiosity over fear, choosing relationship over division, and choosing love over certainty. And one more thing, as we recognize our new members this morning, remember they're not joining this congregation to become copies of one another. They are bringing their own music into the room, their own memories, their own questions. Now, some of you pray every day, and some of you are still deciding what prayer even means. Some of you trust scriptures, some of you trust science, Some of you trust silence. And somehow, this community keeps making room for all of it. This does not weaken us, it strengthens us. Because every honest perspective, widening the conversation, and every authentic story expand the circle of belonging for those still searching for a home. And in this divided world, that might be just holy. May this be so. Amen. Today, we welcome all of you for joining this congregation since the beginning of the church year. At this time, I invite our new members to rise, and your name will appear on the monitor. So all new members, please rise.
We at First Unitarian welcome you as new members of our community this morning. You have come to worship, play, work, and grow among us. Ours is a free fellowship. We have no creeds, and you are free to bring your ideas, beliefs to this fellowship to share with others. I invite you to join with us in the religious search for meaning and purpose in life, informed by our individual beliefs and the traditions of Unitarian Universalism.
So if you already signed the membership book, so this morning I invite you to celebrate that commitment in worship. In this gathering, we lift up our voices and share songs. We bring ourselves before the holy in silence and in speech. We search together for meaning and truth in life, and we share the joys and sorrow of our lives with one another. Joining First Unitarian Universalist means being a part of this gathered community, speaking out on the future of this congregation, offering and receiving gifts of the Spirit, supporting others, and being supported in return. If you would join us in this mission and work, say, I will. Now, new members, I invite you to turn and face those who are gathered here this morning. And with members of this congregation, please rise in body and spirit and respond to the words on the screen. Okay, members, we see you with open hearts. As you join us, we once again renew our own commitment to the religious community. We are proud and happy to have you among us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, you may be seated.
So I'm not David. First UU is not like a blanket, one single piece of unbroken cloth. First UU is more like a quilt. Many pieces, many colors, many textures, all stitched together and held by a common thread of love and community. We've got people handing out quilt squares if you want to come forward. And for those of you who are new, if you wouldn't mind standing again, that will help them identify you. Today we offer you this quilt square as a symbol of your membership in our collaborative interfaith congregation. Like a quilt, our community is made up of many different pieces, diverse in size, shape, color, experience, and belief. Yet when those pieces are joined together, they create something beautiful, strong, life-giving. So today we welcome you as part of the tapestry of this beloved community. We celebrate the gifts, perspectives, and spirit that only you can bring. And we trust that your presence among us will strengthen not only this congregation, but our connections with one another and with the wider world. Welcome. Thank you for being a part of our quilt.
So here in this community of faith, here in this community of faith, we look to the past with gratitude for those who paved the way, and we extend our arms towards the future, embracing those who now walk beside us. As you continue along your path, may the good news shared in this place accompany you, a quiet blessing carried in your heart, and offering freely to everyone you meet. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Our chalice extinguishing is by Melissa Jeter, Growing Out of Our Comfort. We extinguish this chalice today because we are illuminated by a faith that allows us to sit and think. In this quiet time, we can reflect in solitude, meditate on love, and grow out of our comfort. Though we experience discomfort, we are excited to give birth to a new, just world.
Please rise in body or spirit as I give the benediction. Now, as you leave this place, may you remember that difference is not a barrier to love, but a pathway towards deeper understanding. Go into a world with open hearts, curious minds, and courageous spirits. Carry love at the center, justice in your hands, and hope in your spirit. May this be so. Amen. Ashe. And let us sing our closing hymn, There's More Love Somewhere.
I'm just going to say this really quick. The verb, I'm going to keep on till I find it, too passive of a verb for me. Can you think of it as I'm going to keep on till I build it? Do y'all like that? I don't like changing words because that's somebody else's art, but sing it with that spirit. Like, we're going to build the love, right? Yeah, y'all did. Y'all did.